Today on our Halloween edition of Fresno State Focus, we hear about the need for blood in the Central Valley.
Also, we take you to the only haunted car wash in Fresno.
Plus, we take you through the haunted Forestier Underground Gardens and tell you about the events happening there this week. Fresno State Focus starts now. Hello and welcome to Fresno State Focus. I'm Anna Cruz Lopez.
And I'm Brooke Chow. Blood is a resource so important that we're in a constant shortage of it. In fact, the Central California Blood Bank is sending out a plea for help right now. Kevin Hernandez tells us more.
Welcome to the Central California Blood Center, one of 3 major blood donation centers in the Central Valley. Here, you can donate whole blood and platelets, saving up to 3 lives with a single visit. There's a huge demand for blood in the Central Valley and even the country. As a way to show that donating blood is safe and simple for just about anyone, I go myself to see just what it's like.
Alrighty. Can I have your first and last name?
Kevin Hernandez.
And date of birth?
1/24/1806.
Thank you.
Across the nation, there's a critical need for blood just because blood usage is up. I think as many people that can come in and donate, the better. There really isn't like a specific number, but it's just because usage is up and then like Central Valley's population is growing, all these factors play into like the need for more blood and blood products. So the more people that come in and donate, the more we can support our community.
Wow. Normally I'm the one taking the blood, but whatever I can do to help.
Blood is a resource that can't be manufactured, so the only way to get it is through donations. Without frequent donations, there would be no way to support local hospitals. Every 3 seconds, there is somebody across the country that needs blood. Each visit takes no more than an hour, and afterwards, you're treated to an assortment of, treats. If you're not able to donate directly at a blood center, there is also an option for mobile blood drives, like the ones hosted by Fresno State.
It's pretty impactful that like an hour out of your day every couple months can really help save someone's life and help our community serve the patients here.
Well, now that that's over with, once you've donated, you won't be able to donate for another 8 weeks. But all the blood centers are open and ready to take that red goodness. Kevin Hernandez, Fresno State Focus. That wasn't too bad. I just hope that...
Imagine being in the hospital and not being able to get the treatment you need because of a blood shortage. One Valley kid is facing that. This is 12-year-old Jaden Wenger. He has been battling a rare form of leukemia at Valley Children's Hospital for 14 weeks. Jaden gets blood transfusions almost daily with much needed blood platelets. While he continues to be resilient in his fight, his dad is encouraging those who can donate to do so.
For everybody who donates blood and platelets, they're helping save my kid's life. And not just my son, but many sons and daughters and brothers and sisters that are in this hospital who need those products every day.
One of the ways you can donate is by visiting the California Blood Center, which has 3 locations here in Fresno, listed there on your screen. Remember, blood donated here in the Central Valley stays here.
The Forestier Underground Gardens will be having Halloween events. The tour guides will be decorating the rooms and passageways. All Treats, No Tricks is on October 29th, where adults and kids can enjoy trick-or-treating. This event will be first come, first serve, and $5 per person. A Roaring 20s costume ball is on the 30th for 21-year-olds and older.
We're going to have a lot of fun and just have a really great time underground. It's we're all looking for something new and unique to do, and it's always fun. Halloween falling on a Sunday this year. There's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to have a good time and get the most out of those costumes.
For more information or to get tickets, you can visit undergroundgardens.com.
Cruise Magic Hand Car Wash is holding its annual Haunted Car Wash in Fresno. The Haunted Car Wash began October 15th and continues through Halloween. People from all over Fresno line up to get their cars washed and get scared at the same time. We hear from parents who tell us they're at the car wash specifically to scare their daughter.
She has an easy life, and so we need a little excitement.
Hours are Friday and Saturday nights 6 to 11, Thursday and Sunday nights 6 to 10.
If you're buying pumpkins this year, you may be surprised to find the cost is more. Tony Salazar talks to farmers who are trying to grow pumpkins in the midst of a drought.
It's the time of year when people go out and purchase pumpkins, but what they may not know is the cost of growing pumpkins has increased largely due to environmental factors.
Number one, it's pretty much the lack of water in the extreme heat that we had this summer. We had record-breaking 100-degree heat.
Bonnie Simonian is among many farmers who grew fewer pumpkins this year than in years past.
I would say for the majority of the farmers, if you do speak to them, they will say that they lost a third to maybe even a half of their crop due to this, mainly to the heat.
One of those farmers is Nick Rocca, who says he had to cut back on the number of pumpkins this season.
The drought makes every farmer think they shouldn't be a farmer. Let me tell you, it doesn't matter about pumpkins or almonds or grapes or oranges or nut. It doesn't matter.
Rocca says it makes him reconsider the amount of water that is used to irrigate pumpkins.
We got to do stuff to innovate and to use water differently in the most efficient way possible, or you will not be able to survive. You won't be, and it's crazy to think your livelihood sits there.
So with an increase in price in growing pumpkins this season, here at Simonian Farms, they tell me that they plan on keeping the prices the same as last year, which is around $4 to $20 a pumpkin.
And with the shortage of nearly everything these days, Simonian believes people understand and learn to appreciate the things they have.
And who knows, maybe they might have a greater appreciation for the farmer and what they go through. I also think it's very important now to realize the importance of buying local.
It may cost you a few extra dollars, but the money stays here in the Central Valley. At Simonian Farms, Tony Salazar for Fresno State Focus.
Farmers are hoping for more rain and cooler temperatures next season. Coming up on Fresno State Focus, we take a look at the Spooktacular adoption event happening at the Central California SPCA. Plus, we hear from parents and get their thoughts on vaccinating their children against COVID-19.
I'm Ana Cruz Lopez. We'll be talking cool temperatures and record-breaking rainfall. Your focus on weather when we come back.
At Fresno State, being bold means committing to something greater than yourself. It's learning by doing and nurturing leaders to advance our shared future. It's using research to create a better life for those around us and healing those who need us most. These are our stories, because at Fresno State, bold begins here.
Success. At Fresno State, it's no secret. It's discovering new ways to change our world. It's creating opportunities as diverse as our community itself. It's in the distinction of our graduates as they lead us into the future. Success is no secret at Fresno State. It's our mission.
I'm Ana Cruz Lopez with your focus on weather. Today on campus, we're having clear blue skies with a slight breeze, so wearing a light jacket or a long sleeve might be good for today. And take a look at the trees. The leaves are changing, which is always fun to see in the fall. For our nation's satellite map, we see more activity in the center of the U.S. as well as the East Coast and the upper West Coast. For our regional satellite map, we're mostly clear. We do have cool temperatures coming in, and we had a breaking record rainfall on Monday with 0.53 inches of rainfall. Some places are still being affected, like San Luis Obispo with the landslide. For today's highs, we're at Fresno at 69, as well as other cities, Shaver Lake at a cool 54. For tonight, we're at 50, surrounding cities are high 40s, low 50s. For your focus on air quality, thanks to the rain, most counties aren't healthy. Here in Fresno, we're moderate. For your extended outlook, we're going to be having a pleasant week in the 70s. On Friday, we'll be having above average temperature at 75, and on Halloween, it'll be at a nice 70. I'm Ana Cruz Lopez with Focus on Weather.
This week, an advisory panel recommended the Pfizer vaccine for children 5 to 11 years old. There are about 28 million children in that age group. Lily Gonzalez finds out what parents think about their young children getting that shot once it gets approved.
1, 2, 3, poke. Some parents are experiencing conflicting emotions when it comes to the vaccinating of children.
I don't think it makes any sense to give kids the vaccine when they're not at risk of the virus.
Pediatricians encourage parents to discuss any hesitations. Dr. Todd Doe with Kaiser says the FDA is doing their research.
Right now, we're still waiting for the FDA approval.
Dr. Doe says parents need to consider that children are not immune to COVID-19. While some parents are debating their options, others support the vaccination.
I don't know much about it, but if it's a mandate, I'm pretty sure like the CDC and like the other agencies would have done their homework. So I would be supportive.
Per the CDC, under 700 children have lost their lives during this pandemic. Many are still admitted in intensive care units nationwide. It is places like this, pediatric offices, schools, or pharmacies that will be administering the children's vaccinations, making it easy and accessible for parents.
With holiday events around the corner, parents can help their community support safety measures. In Walnut Creek, Lily Gonzalez, Fresno State Focus.
No vaccine is yet authorized for children younger than 12. The White House plans to have a formal announcement as early as next week.
A Fresno nonprofit organization joins women together to show support on their journey through times of trouble and loss. I talked with one woman who's helping others.
Allison is a breast cancer survivor. She attends dinners with her friends and with strangers who come to support. She's a past Howe recipient who loves to keep
giving back and helping one woman this month. And I'm happy to do it in the future as well because I see the impact that it makes on not only the one woman but the family supporting her.
Helping One Woman holds monthly dinners. Each dinner honors a woman.
That we make a true difference in someone's life every month. And it's somebody, just a normal person from our community.
The impact for each woman is immense.
It's healing. It's just enough to get you through to the next level. It's enough to get you through the next day. And looking back on it, I was a recipient in 2016. We're in 2021. I'm still so grateful for it.
There are many ways to volunteer for Howe. You can help by collecting nomination forms or announcing raffle tickets.
Green ticket, 860732.
All proceeds go to the recipient to help them get by in this delicate time.
And such as myself that was dealing with stage 4 breast cancer, not knowing where any income was going to come from, and being able to save my house and pay my bills and pay for food to be able to survive for a few months was an incredible blessing.
You can visit helpingonewoman.org for more details on volunteer opportunities.
The CSU system recently received a $1 million grant to advocate and support female faculty in engineering. Ruby Roque talks with the professor who made this happen as she inspires her female students to become professors in engineering.
7 years ago, the majority of seats in this engineering lab would be filled with male students and only 1 or 2 females. But today, this professor is seeing a major change, and she's making sure these female students not only graduate, but also encouraging those who want to become teachers in engineering.
Female students in engineering, they are doing much better than male counterpart. They graduate at faster rate, their grades are higher, they are very sincere in their efforts, and they have everything. All they lack is that confidence and that belonging, like we belong here. So I think we are trying to tackle one part of it, hoping that second part, which is students, that will also happen automatically. Eventually we will get there and we can support them.
Dr. Oka is teaching her students about soil and making sure that it is stable enough for whatever it is that's going to be built on top of it. But she is also encouraging female students to become professors as well in engineering.
I noticed that as a woman in engineering, there's very little women faculty around here that I can look up to. So in future, like my dream is to be like a professor, and like I want to encourage girls, especially young girls, to actually join this field, and I want to be a person whom I can look up to as a mentor to like girls in college or high school.
Ruby Roque for Fresno State Focus.
Dr. Oka and her team plan to go national with this program in order to support and inspire women in engineering around the country.
Halloween is just a few days away, which means that you have only 4 days to get your spook factor on. Luckily, Fresno has a year-round Halloween experience. Noah Chavez is live at Ghost Golf to show you more.
Thank you, Anna, and welcome everyone. We're live here at Ghost Golf, Fresno's very own haunted-themed miniature golf course right off of Blackstone Avenue. And I'm live here with the owner and proprietor of Ghost Golf, Darren Coleman. Darren, please tell me a little bit about this place.
Hey, Noah, thanks for coming. Well, Ghost Golf combines the best of an indoor miniature golf course with a haunted attraction. So there's all kinds of spooky stuff happening as you play through. Skeletons come on and crack jokes at you. We got busts that sing songs, voodoo dolls, all kinds of crazy stuff happening down here.
All right. Now, I got to take a tour of this place earlier, and just seeing the amount of decorations and animatronics is just extensive. How long did it take to build something like this?
It took about 9 months to build this place all out completely.
9 months. Now, all of these animatronics and decorations, were they all homemade? Did you buy them? Tell me how that goes.
Pretty much everything in here I built. So this is my passion. I love building animatronics and special effects, and so this is what is the impetus of Ghost Golf.
Right. Now, do you have any experience in making these animatronics? Like, did you work somewhere that did this type of stuff or anything like that?
I've actually been doing this since I was 14 years old. I built the first haunted house, a 32-foot trailer that we displayed at a local mall. And I worked at Disneyland for a few years in their figure maintenance department, actually repairing the animatronics. So this is in my blood.
All right. Well, Darren, I want to thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. Reporting live here at Ghost Golf, Noah Chavez, and I get right back to you guys in the studio.
Coming up in sports, we take a look at the celebration that honored former Fresno State running back Lorenzo Neal.
Here in the valley, our colors are blue and our waves are red. Bulldog born and bulldog bred. Generations linked forever by traditions that have stood the test of time. Inside our stadiums, we are one. This is our valley, and this year, we're doing it for you.
At Fresno State, being bold means committing to something greater than yourself. It's learning by doing and nurturing leaders to advance our shared future. It's using research to create a better life for those around us and healing those who need us most. These are our stories, because at Fresno State, bold begins here.
Welcome back. I'm Tony Salazar with your focus on sports. The women's volleyball are on the road this week, traveling to Reno to play the University of Nevada tomorrow. Then they drive down to the Bay Area to play the San Jose Spartans on Saturday. It's been a rough few days after falling to the Aggies of Utah State. In 4 sets, the Aggies claimed the first set. The Dogs clawed back to claim the second set, but that would be the only Bulldog set victory as they lost the remaining 2 sets. The soccer team plays their final regular season game tomorrow at home against the San Jose Spartans after falling to the Rebels of UNLV. But there wasn't much scoring until the 53rd minute of play. But once UNLV started scoring, they wouldn't stop with a final end score of 3-0. This is a 4th shutout this season for the Dogs. Now with this loss, the Dogs are in sole possession of 2nd place in the Mountain West. And a big congratulations to Fresno State quarterback Jake Koener. He was just named to the Davey O'Brien quarterback class of 2021. Go to @Davey O'Brien on social media to cast your vote. The Bulldogs are now focusing on San Diego State, propelled by their homecoming win against the Wolfpack. The battle between the 2 highest scoring offenses in the Mountain West Conference certainly put on the show for the Bulldog faithful, but with over 900 yards of total offense combined. With this win now, the Dogs are now bowl eligible for the first time in 3 years. But the homecoming game was a special one for the Red Wave, and not just because of the win, but because Fresno State honored the great former running back Lorenzo Neal by retiring his number 22 jersey. His name was also placed on the Wall of Honor alongside other Fresno football greats like the Carr brothers and Henry Ellard. Neal played over 239 games and 16 seasons in the NFL and is a Central Valley native growing up in Hanford. With a packed house, Neal was able to return home to be cheered on one last time by his Bulldog fans. That is your Focus on Sports. I'm Tony Salazar. Anna, back to you.
Ever since the pandemic started, we've been unable to have a proper guest inside our studio. With that being said, I would love to introduce to you our very special guest, Pablo Pumpkin. Hi, Mr. Pablo Pumpkin. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Wow, thank you for having me. I've never been on TV before. This is so cool. Like, oh my gosh, thank you for having me. I can't get over how excited I am to be here.
Of course. Now tell me, what have you been doing throughout the pandemic?
Throughout the pandemic? Well, me and my wife, currently we had to send our kid off to Harvard, top of his class, you know how it goes. And so it was just me and my wife just home alone, not being able to do much. We'd see our neighbors were doing absolutely nothing, and we were doing absolutely nothing, and pretty much the whole world was doing absolutely nothing.
And what have you been preparing for Halloween? It's your season.
Oh, you better believe it. I have been decorating my house to the teeth with a lot of decorations and props because I want to scare the kids, but also I want them to be happy to be scared.
I really, really like your pumpkin skin. Is there any skincare routine that you do every morning, every night?
It may seem outdated, but proactive is where it's at. That's how I keep my face just glowing in the moonlight every night.
Are your kids going to be dressed up as pumpkins, or are they actually going to be dressed up as something else?
Well, my son, he's going to go dressed up as Timmy Turner, and my daughter is going to go dressed up as, I believe she said, Barbie.
Oh, those are amazing, amazing costumes. And what about yourself?
I'm going to go as probably the best pumpkin ever, David Pumpkins.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Pablo Pumpkin, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Happy Halloween, everybody.
No tricks, all treats are happening over at the Central California SPCA. They're hosting their Halloween adoption event for dogs that have been in their shelter for over 30 days. As local shelters continue to fill up, the Central California SPCA is hosting an adoption special during the entire month of October. This event is called the Spooktacular Adoption Event in honor of Halloween. As part of their Spooktacular Adoption Special, dogs that have been at SPCA for over 30 days or more will only cost $59 to adopt. There are about 20 long-term dogs waiting to find their forever home before the holidays. This is Pippi Longstocking, and this one does not have a name, and I think we should name it Focus for our crew back in the studio. Many of these animals have been getting dropped off because of how big they get and how aggressive they can be. SPCA employees started to notice that these animals aren't aggressive. They were just never trained. For many of these employees, the connection they build with these animals makes it hard to see them go.
You get to build a special bond with the dogs. Everyone's different. So you definitely get to experience that.
Many of these dogs rely on local volunteers to give walks and play before they find a new home. Due to the high volume of animals being brought in, volunteers are unable to keep up. 2 Chihuahuas were dropped off earlier this week after being found on the side of the road and are waiting to be a part of somebody's Halloween plans.
It's always nice to come in and see one of them get adopted, but this is why we hold the promotion, to hope that all of them go home.
Halloween can be spooky, but adopting a furry friend is not. SPCA is in desperate need of volunteers as the shelter is filling up. This adoption promotion runs until October 31st at SPCA and all off-site locations.
Having the Halloween spirit is something that we take pride in here at Fresno State Focus. Noah Chavez shows you more about our Focus crew's affection for Halloween.
I am a pumpkin. Yeah.
Why do you want to be a pumpkin for Halloween?
Because it allows me to get my creativity side out of me.
I'm an FBI agent, and then when I go back home, my mom actually got me a Ghostbuster costume, and then my little brother's going to be the Marshmallow Puff Man.
You for Halloween?
I am everything but a good engineer.
I'm a doctor. I was in surgery and a zombie bit me, so now I'm a zombie. Do you want some eyeballs?
No.
This year for Halloween, I'm a T-Rex.
What made you want to be a T-Rex for Halloween?
My niece, she loves dinosaurs, so I've had this costume in my closet for quite a while.
Well, this year, clearly a banana. I chose this costume because 1, they're healthy, 2, they're a good snack, and 3, appealing. Get it? I'm
Lamar Jackson. Go Ravens. Big trust.
Who are you supposed to be?
Me.
Who's me?
Me.
I'm a crayon.
I'm a scuba diver getting eaten by a shark.
I am a shy vampire.
A shy vampire?
Yeah.
And that is how we do it here at Fresno State Focus. Always spirited and always looking to dress up.
Anna, your vampire costume was pretty scary, but I think my crayon costume was even spookier.
No, I had fangs and nails. I think mine was better. And now for a very special video.
And now we're going to take a moment of the show to give a shout out to one of our professors, Faith Sidlow. Happy birthday, Faith. I hope you have a good day.
Happy birthday, Faith. Thank you so much for being a huge part of my career here at Fresno State, along with so many others. You have been truly a blessing.
Happy birthday, Faith. You're one of the best professors I've had. Thank you so much for always caring for us and encouraging us to do our best.
Surprise! Happy birthday, Faith. Sorry we did this behind your back, but what are you going to do? Just wanted to say you're awesome. We'd be nothing without you. Have a great day.
Faith, happy birthday. Today is all about you. I hope you feel loved and celebrated all day like you deserve.
Faith, I just would like to wish you a happy birthday. And I also want to thank you so much for being an inspiration and a mentor to all of us journalism students. I hope you have a great day on this special day of yours.
Yes, happy birthday, Faith. Thank you for everything this semester. You are awesome. I hope you have a great day.
Happy birthday. I hope you enjoyed the flowers that Kim brought and the little goodies. Next week on Fresno State Focus, we speak with the bride who struggled to have her wedding during the pandemic.
Plus, we show you a day in the life of Victor E. III. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.